Lonzoisms that we can get into later on. Yeah, I started with that quote, Lonzo, because I wanted to talk about a big story that's hit Compton this past weekend. And for whatever reason, Compton has been on fire lately. The streets are heating up. Citizens app is going crazy. 3 shot here, 6 rushed to the hospital, 2 here. And it seems like it's literally on a daily basis. Scary because it's reminding me of the 90s. But a 12-year-old boy was shot at Fig Oleander Park in the city of Compton. And a 17-year-old was arrested. I'm going to play the news clip. It's a little sped up for copyright reasons, but I'm going to play the news clip, and I want us to discuss it. It's about a minute and some change.
Beatrice Martinez spent Mother's Day at the graveyard for her murdered 12-year-old son. And then she came here to the park where he was killed to celebrate Rodrigo's short life. 12-year-old Rodrigo Martinez murdered in his own backyard. Around the park picnic table riddled with bullets. Family and friends pray, share memories and photos. His little sister, 9-year-old Lexi, lights a candle in his honor.
He was a really good brother. I love him so much. He was funny. He would always joke around with me. And yeah, playing soccer. He meant so much to me.
Rodrigo lived part of the time with his dad, who shares a fence with Fig Oleander Park in Compton. The Davis middle school soccer player grew up playing with the neighborhood kids at this park on Orris Street, and it's where he took his last breath. On Friday at 4 p.m., witnesses watched a man wearing all black and a black ski mask shoot and kill the kid and then run off.
He had been shot in his stomach, I believe, and he said it was right after school. His dad said it was 5 minutes, and he heard the shots, and he came running.
On Mother's Day morning, homicide investigators arrested a 17-year-old based on evidence collected at the park. His mom says he was raised right, steered clear of riffraff, and can't fathom how or why this happened to her little boy.
He actually got to give me my...
So a 17-year-old is now probably going to spend the rest of his life in prison. And a 12-year-old, apparently innocent kid who has nothing to do with the street life, his life is taken. Before we dive into this, I want to give you a little piece, Lonzo, that I would love your thoughts on. But I want to be mad at the 17-year-old so much. But who knows what type of trauma this kid has dealt with to give him the mentality to put on a ski mask, walk up to a 12-year-old playing in the park, and shooting him in broad daylight. What do you think of that aspect before you break it down and give your opinion on the matter?
The kid that was shot was a student at my wife's school. She knew him. That's the first thing. She knew him. My wife teaches school. I mean, she works in the Compton Unified School District, and she knew the kid. He was a very nice kid, and I can't understand. Nobody has. I know the young man who was shot, who was killed. I know he was Latino basically by his name, but nobody said who the shooter was. And I know you should protect the identity of the shooter, especially if they're a minor. And I'm trying to figure out how the two even knew each other, how they even crossed paths outside of being at the park, whether he was black or Latino. And that's a 5-year age difference. I'm trying to understand what was the motivation. Was it a gang initiation? Did the kid know something? It don't make no sense. And that people keep talking about senseless. But he didn't. He wouldn't shot somebody who was totally innocent, which makes which totally is asinine to no end. And I don't know, man. I heard about it. She said my lady sent a bunch of text messages home yesterday about the kid, how he's such a nice kid, mannerable, blah blah blah, and without knowing who the shooter was, whether the shooter was black, white, black, Latino, whatever the case, probably wasn't white. Let's keep it 100. It's the CPT. He probably wasn't white, either black or Latino. And what kind of mindset would a 17-year-old kid have to be in to find a reason to hunt and kill somebody 12 years old? They shouldn't be in the same playground together. I mean, the park is open, of course, but their paths shouldn't even cross unless somebody knew somebody for some other reason. I can't even explain it, man. It's below my level of understanding.
One thing we can agree on is it's really sad, man. I can imagine, losing your child in such a senseless way. I know we keep throwing that word out there, but that's the only word I can think of myself. But You know, going back to the 17-year-old that was caught, you know, I don't know why anyone would want to be a gangster in 2025 or do things like this. You're going to get caught.
That's what I was just saying. No, you know better, but you still do the same shit. You know the end result ain't gonna be good. You just messed yours up for life. You probably gonna do life as something. He's probably a buster. He's probably a buster with a gun. You hit your face. You shot a kid, and this is a backstory that nobody's talking about. Maybe the kid witnessed something. I don't know, but it makes no sense. It makes no sense, period. And it's, again, we all know the outcome. It's going to be a trial. It's going to be some funerals. There's going to be a bunch of people going to get paid. The coroner, the district attorney, the judges. The guy's going to plead not guilty most of the time. End up taking a plea deal, getting probably 25 to life, if not longer. Go to jail. We know the process. So when he left his house, he thought he wasn't going to get caught because he had on a mask. And obviously, he must have used a what you call them damn things, automatic, because he probably left shell casings in the damn in the park. And most people don't realize when they load their guns, you got fingerprints on the shell casings. Okay, there's fingerprints on the shell casings. Most people don't think about that, but they put gloves on to shoot, so they won't have residue. But you already loaded the gun with fingerprint impressions of your fingers on the doggone gun. Now what? And you wonder why the police at your front door taking you to jail for the rest of your life. And Compton, I just was told by some Compton officials, they just purchased I forgot what they call this gizmo, that they can trace gunshots. There is a device that will let you triangulate gunshots. Okay. I talked to the police about this one. You can triangulate. When you hear gunshots are done. I don't know how it exactly works, but they can cross something up with some satellites and bam, go over here and look for the fool. He went this way. Now, if somebody saw that kid get shot and did not tell the police or don't go to court, whose side are you really on? The kid who got shot, you want justice for him, or you trying to protect it? You don't want to see another black or brown man in jail. Because if he'll kill for no reason, he'll kill for a reason. He don't need much of a reason to kill somebody.